Welcome, Speed Gaming fans, to the Final Fantasy Randomizer 2023, or Speed Gaming 2023 Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament race between Budgemano and Phoenix29. My name is Fabian Hawk. With me in the booth tonight, DM Stewart and our tracker Oberon. DM Stewart, what are we looking at with this Forced Parties and Blursings?
So we've got a Forced Fighter, Forced Black Belt, Forced Nun, and Forced White Mage. That fighter's going to give you plus 25 agility. That black belt can use legendary swords, which if you find one early before your grind, that's a great thing. Otherwise, meh. And that white mage gets fighter armor. We do have 3 NPCs will give you 3 of the NPCs will give you promoted mages, which is a real nice thing. To get, and otherwise you will not promote.
Not having the tail in the pool, and also not having that masa, so non-promoted fighters and such won't be able to swing bigger sticks, is an interesting incentive with this, well, heavily incentivized black belt seed.
I see Phoenix, a man after my own heart, using Punch for the name of his black belt.
Getting some overlay switching here.
Other than that, we've got random incentive in Marsh and Ice. We've got vanilla incentives in Titans and Cardia Islands and Corneria Castle. We do have Dragon's Horde on, but with no tail, we're not likely to see them go down to the Bahamut room to get the incentive. We're more likely to see them go to the actual island that the incentive is on, which is Cardia Forest, correct?
Yes it is.
Thank you. I rarely remember where it is because I usually just go down to the chest immediately behind Bahamut.
Well, normally it's a very convenient thing with all the chests being right there, but given that this is not a promotion incentivized thing and extra chests is just time potentially wasted, I assume the racers are going to try and not memory hole that, but hey, you don't know what happens in the late. We might not find the floater until the last possible second.
Yeah.
I do get the free...
it is also any 3 orbs. So you can fade one of the Fiend dungeons. There are no incentives in the Fiend dungeons, and it is random. It is random alternate Fiends and alternate final boss.
We could have any number of characters or creatures from other Final Fantasy games in our Fiend slots. And on top of that, we have Short Topher with the random boss encounters there too, so...
But only 2.
Indeed.
You'll only have to refight 2 Fiends, not all 4.
I mean, we could see all 4 by having to fight the one Fiend that our racers choose not to go to in the main line, but who knows?
Right. And we are off!
Quick glance there as Phoenix was checking. We got a Thor Hammer as our free caster item. That's actually really good for the fighter as a weapon, not only for bonking things, but for lighting things up with lightning.
And there is a harm. There's Lit 3 and Fire 3 at level 1, so if you find a Red Mage, by the way, the Red Mage has free fast. If you find that Red Mage, that'll be a spicy meatball.
Indeed,
and cheap chain +1.
Solid armor, a good initial weapon for the fighter, and good magic across the board. I mean, yeah, harm isn't the strongest of spells, but we have the white damage flag enabled so that harm can do damage to anything that white caster casts it on. Our first look at Garland for Budgemano as Phoenix is taking on some Mad Ponies. Gonna take the encounter because we really wouldn't mind having that extra experience on his party. Mad Pony's not usually the best thing to take early, but there you go, level 3 for Budgemano, level 4 off that encounter for Phoenix.
Yeah, when you see 4 of them, you figure that's That's an okay take. A slab and a canoe. There.
You know, normally it's the princess that gives the slab because that's her passing on her homework, but I guess the king just had it this time. The boat, though, that's a nice thing. It's a small boat, but it's a boat nonetheless.
And relatively cheap heal pots. That's a pretty good thing. That's a good thing to see.
Yeah, no sign of the houses yet, but they don't really have the money for it. Neither of our racers went ahead and checked the three trap chests in Topher. They're going straight for the incentives and incentives only if they can avoid any other checks.
Yeah, if you're in a black belt feed, you want to minimize how many chests you open.
Not the longest run from a hard reset before an encounter, so an overall grind might be possible, but we shall see.
I was gonna say, that makes the overworld grind look possible. We have 986 for houses. They're not bad. Professional ring +2.
Gotta love the shops being mixed up so much in Provoca.
No, I don't. I mean, fog too, but meh.
The developers still haven't implemented my idea of randomly moving the caravan to an unused building in one of the cities without saying what's there.
Why do you hate people?
I said they haven't deployed it.
That's a canal. That's a canal from Bicky.
Yep, access to the outer sea once they have the big boat. They only have the small boat, though. That small boat, though, does give them access to several places they can go. Does Budgemano take the early ice dive, or does he just go straight to Crescent?
I think you go straight to Crescent. You don't have the, Sorry. You don't have the resources to even make an attempt at ice.
True. Not enough save items, and definitely not enough potions.
Not enough save items, not enough potions, not enough actual damage.
Still haven't seen anything too toxic or deadly from any of these encounters. Looks like Budgemano's going to try and use that Thor hammer to shock some fish. An 8-pack would be a reasonable experience. But they're thick.
That's a lot of HP on those Caribs. And still no vendor item. Cure 4 there at level 6.
Oh wow, that was Cure 4. That went by so fast, I totally missed it. Possible Womp at that point. We have an early bottle find. More items is more experience for the encounters, but you want to get chain items you can actually bring into new items to expand that faster sooner.
Yeah, I completely agree with Budgemano's play here. You go to Crescent, and then you go across. That is a white wizard there. Phoenix replaces his white mage with the white wizard.
The immediate logical move, not only does that white wizard have access to all the white spells, it has access to all the white spells.
Harm 3 and exit there at level 3. Those are nice finds.
Well, that makes the impending dive of Marsh far safer. Sorry, far less hazardous. Sorry, far easier to run away from.
Yes,
the latter is the only relevant answer.
Yep.
So, small divergence already. Phoenix, having made that switch to the white mage, or the wizard from the white mage, has to get his level 1 and or 2 magic purchased again, but at this point that is not a time loss relative to the potential gains of that higher capability spellcaster.
And it is just level 1 because there was nothing at level 2 worth.
Interesting. Phoenix is taking some grind outside Alpha, and I think he's just going to try and get some money and get access to his... Well, also, I don't know what he's trying to get out of this other than potentially some money.
Yeah, it's money. It's money. You've got to get the money. You've got to get the money train going.
Budgemano going Marsh top. This is faster than running down to Marsh bottom. Getting gold. 18,000 out of that chest. That's some bank. But with this randomized Marsh...
And there's Temper at level 3 black. Ooh, sleep touch on the gargoyles.
It must be the daytime.
That is not something you like to see.
Not having life found just yet for the white mage or white wizard does not help. Gonna reset out, not gonna bother trying to exit out. Gonna get his character back up and just go straight down to Marsh bottom.
Yeah, that's probably the right play, even though there's a ton of cash in that chest up there. I don't remember, that might be the linked chest.
No, the linked chest is one of the 2 bottom left chests.
Okay.
Shockingly, Budgemano not checking the actual link chest. Oh wait, he already knows what's there.
He already knows what's there, and if it was the bottom left, it's nothing.
I will always wonder the worst chest in this floor to have the item on is the top right chest, because I haven't seen a single runner go to the top right chest before any other. That's basically the last one you check.
Yeah, that's always the last one you check.
Again, still haven't seen anything. Those sleep gargoyles have been the worst encounter that our racers have seen just yet.
Just wondering where it's going to happen, because something in Marsh rolls nasty. Phoenix is heading... We have a route divergence. Phoenix is heading back towards... Phoenix is headed back towards the Crescent Lake area.
Either he wants to check for some EXPs or something by Crescent, or he is going to go ahead and check some dungeons.
He's going to check some dungeons.
He's going ice.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
Budgemano checking the incentive chest, finding some giants, and a defensor +2. That is not incentivized. That is just beautiful.
And that's TNT.
Unfortunately, his white caster with in exit is dead, so he is going to have to try and run this out.
Phoenix doing that beautiful
glare. That's a pretty item to see. Unfortunately, it's not going to take anyone with it. One of those 3 enemies Budgemano just found had glare.
Well, now the other nice thing, the other good thing about ice is that there are
many trap tiles.
5. There are 5 distinct trap tiles. There's the mage tile, the eye tile on the chest, on the incentive chest floor. There is the one in the room you drop down from there. There is the one in there's the one in the top left of that floor, and then there's the one in the 6-pack room.
Phoenix getting good value off this harm, and potentially the Thor hammer trying to get rid of this pack of wraiths and images. They're hitting hard. They better go down. Meanwhile, Budgemano getting our TNT turned in for the adamant. Lazy dwarfs acquired, and a black wizard.
Black wizard.
Budgemano has officially gone Oreo. Or sorry.
I don't disagree with picking up the black wizard, especially with that you haven't really gotten great white magic.
And the smith made himself a nice stick out of the adamant. Looks like Budgemano is gonna have to follow Phoenix to ice. That is the wrong eye.
Oh, that's the wrong eye. That's the wrong eye.
Ghost sharks not supposed to be
Ghost
in the
sharks.
Arctic, but I guess they are here.
Not a great fight. And always remember, folks, the best grind is the one you find.
We have seen many a times in this tournament so far, grinds found in the weirdest places, grinds found in the best of places. But those grinds, when they were taken, did the job.
I don't remember if Budgemano won or lost the race where the zombie D was the correct grind, because it was the one you could get to that was safe.
I do recall one race which was forfeited because the grind was in Sharknado floor, and the runner died having ground out all the way to 42.
Oh, I've
He
lost.
took the best possible grind location he could find and left a ribbon on his solo black belt.
I have lost a grind. I have lost a grind to. That ice armor is a very nice find.
Taking advantage of that warrior blursing on that white wizard, gonna give it ice armor and a silver shield.
Yeah, there's a crown.
That pushes Phoenix towards the other side of the lake. If he gets that TNT out of Marsh, he could have access to it. But this is gonna have to be our boat or the key, or the crystal or the herb. Either another continuation of the chain or the boat to get out of the inner sea.
Or the floater.
Do we have late boat options? We might not, I don't know. If it is the floater, then cool.
I think we have late boat.
Either way, Phoenix out of the ice dive, Budgemano, meanwhile, having had to reset out all the way back to Canaria.
No, he went to Canaria from dwarves.
Oh, I thought he had started running towards ice already. He did pick up all that good black magic, the Fire 3 and Lit 3, I believe it was, or was it Ice 3?
It was
at
Lit
level
3.
1. So he's got that extra black magic to use now.
That will make that ice cave dive a lot safer.
Meanwhile, Phoenix back in Elf, gonna go ahead and check level 4 magic. Life 2,
It's a life 2.
Huge find.
And a cure 3.
Gonna check black just to be safe. Finds nuke.
That's a nuke.
Fairly certain Budgemano is gonna want to get that.
That would be a fairly safe assumption.
Phoenix stocking up on a few houses, but mostly the cabins. Just needs to get the life rebuilt on his party and resave if he finds an overworld grind. Out of Elfland. Meanwhile, Budgemano loses his black mage, or black wizard in that image fight.
Well, it did start at level 1.
True. Do you think Phoenix is going to go ahead and go Marsh, or is he going he's going straight to Garland?
He's going straight to Astos.
There we go. That guy, the Dark Elf King guy.
And that's a ship.
The big boat from the Elf King. We got the small boat from the Princess.
And Budgemano finds the wrong eye.
And sends the black belt to the floor face down. The thief's natural position. More often than not. And that is a ship for Phoenix with that kill on Astos.
And Phoenix is going to go collect that ship. That's actually, in a black belt seed, that is the best. That is the best kind of thing you could get out of those two chests, is money.
So Phoenix is going north, but that ship should appear at Elfland Dock, if I remember correctly, because it can't be at that north dock due to progression limitations. Normally we don't have extended open progression, so if the ship gets picked up from Astos like that, it has to go to the nearest dock it can normally be accessed by. That is Elfland.
I didn't know that.
Ice Cave would be, or Ice Cave and Volcano would be Crescent as well. Actually, no, it wouldn't be Crescent, it would be...
It would be Elfland.
Ice Cave is Provoca. Elfland would be where you would get it if it was in Crescent or in Volcano.
Yeah, Crescent and Volcano is Elfland.
Because it has to be an inner sea dock as well. Things you learn from the randomizer playing in the Duckling program.
Which, let's put a nice... there's a harm 4 and a life at level 5. Let's put in a plug for the Duckling program. Every year in the spring, the community puts on the Duckling Boot Camp, followed by the Duckling Derby. The Duckling program is for new runners who are either new to the randomizer or new to racing, and it is designed to, well, teach you how to run and teach you how to race, and a lot of the experienced runners will teach you how to beat them.
It is a very fun experience. Even if you're not part of the Duckling event, there's always year-round Duckling races and seeds, practices. Just enjoy the community with it. Now, Phoenix, out of the outer sea... Sorry, pardon me. Phoenix is going to Ordeals.
If you are enjoying this, if you are enjoying the randomizer, then please join the FFR Discord. We're very welcoming. We like having new runners. I would just be taking that grind right there. Zombie D's good enough.
I think Phoenix wants to progress at this point. He sees it. He probably wants to progress, see the next two tiles, because there's the one at the top of the stairs and then the one for the incentive. He can get back to that grind relatively fast. It was like 1 or 2 pillars in.
Okay, that's valid.
And if you get the item that's here in Ordeals, that's another incentive item in your pack, so in higher experience gain from the grind winning if you take it.
That's valid, and this grind is completely safe.
You just need to go up and down the door or left or right along the bottom of the wall, and you cannot get off-tile encounters. Which, there are some pretty brutal off-tile encounters in Ordeals.
There are. That's a ruby. That'll help out a lot.
Yep, that is the Titan's Trove and Sarda checks easily gone to from Phoenix. Just go straight back north to the main island, or main continent.
I did not see what the encounter was there on the tile, but it was clearly not something worth taking.
I believe it was an Earth on the incentive tile, and then Frosties on the entrance tile to that floor.
It was. Budgemano? I did see the Frosties on the Nightmare tile. I just missed what was on the Zombie D tile.
Phoenix is on his way up. He has not gotten to Marsh, so he does not have the adamant to the TNT to the adamant to the rod, so he cannot take care of the Earth Fiend while he is here. If he does, for some reason, decide to go Marsh, that would probably help him in his progression chain, but for the moment, it looks like he's just going to go ahead and get that Ruby turn in and get those 2 incentive items off of the Trove and Sarda.
Yep.
probably
Earth
will.
does have... I mean, Earth, to be fair, does have a couple of very nice... does have several spike tiles.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably will pop down into Earth to check at least the 2 tiles for Titan or the Hall of Giants, if not the 3rd tile at the top or bottom rooms.
Yes, I would be checking all 3 and be wishing that I had a rod that I could check all 5.
Budgemano onto the Melman Continent himself, and Phoenix gets the crystal. That is a check with the Witch Matoya. Budgemano going to be happy to find that life magic and possibly even the harm. It's at level 5. It's really annoying to use, but hey.
There's fast as well.
Budgemano with the rod in hand and on the Melman Continent is going straight to Earth Cave.
I think if he goes to Inner Sea, that's a chime. If he goes to Inner Sea for Matoya, then he's going to go Marsh. If he goes to River Dock...
At this point, his best options are either check the grind in Earth or go straight to Marsh, because I don't think he has anywhere else he can really go. Well, other than the Matoya check, true. Which could be the key, which could give him a lot of other places to go. He is saving, he is going right past Earth. And Budgemano likewise has bailed out of Earth and is down towards Fields, it looks like.
There's nothing good on the available tiles, so...
I do believe Phoenix might be, yep, he's going south to get to the northern Matoya River dock. It's easier than going into the Inner Sea for him at this point.
Right, and Matoya may... I think Matoya at this point has to lead to the floater.
It could be the key that leads into something like the herb, but either way it does have to chain into the floater.
But it has to chain into the floater.
The only incentive item not in the pool is that tail, so it doesn't really eliminate any more of the fetching in the end. Motoron in chat, our tracker, commenting that he hopes it's the herb. Ooh, a white shirt. That is very nice to see. And it is the herb. Motoron gets the wish. There you go. Ice armor up to the warrior, or the fighter, and the white shirt straight onto the white mage. Or wizard in this case. Now does Budgemano take either the Zombie D or the Frosty Grind Boys here? He's definitely taking that Zombie D fight.
Well, Budgemano's going to remember that other race I commentated with him in it. That okay, nope, he's just going to take it once.
As he makes his way through the Pillar Mage, Phoenix takes advantage of his routing, goes straight north, around a continent north to turn in that herb. What do we get from the Elf Prince?
That is a floater.
That is ding 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 for rapid movement. That's huge for Phoenix. His routing at this point seems to be looking pretty reasonable. With that floater, he now has access to Cardia to get the check there. Otherwise,
Cardia,
again, Gaia as well. Gaia is very convenient from here. It's literally straight down, but he's going up. Looks like he's picking up magic now that he has the gold. Tier 4, something logical to pick up there.
Yep. And
Budgemano finding and running away from the ice dragons.
Yeah, Frosties are not... For all that you get pretty good XP out of them, Frosties are not a great grind. And Phoenix looking possibly to set up... Phoenix is looking possibly to set up the... That's a ribbon.
Going for a caster punch. Gonna go ahead and drop the fighter for the red mage. Gets the free fast and can still swing a sword, and also is gonna give up on the ribbon. Or did he actually get that off the... I didn't notice if he picked that up. He must have.
No, yeah, he did. The ribbon,
so
the ribbon was from the fairy.
There you go. And he's looking for an encounter here on the forest tiles. Finds the Aurianculio and says no.
It says no to the fun police.
Got the check in Lefane. We've got the check in the Cardia Isles. And the Lefanian Superstore here, which, since he has 2 promoted casters, means he has access to most all the magic in the game.
And Budgie is taking that zombie D tile. That's a Temper Bonk, which is actually better than a Saber Bonk.
Temper can be cast on someone else. That life, too, is not learnable by the red mage. That is no so bueno, but the life is.
But life 1 is. And so is Cure 4.
And the issue is getting high-level magic. How many levels does he actually intend to put on those casters?
Well, remember that red mage gets the fighter had.
True, and finding that level 4 nuke, probably happy to see that. Running low on cash, though, not gonna bother. He already has fast for free anyways.
Well, and he couldn't afford fast anyway. It was about 500 more than what he had.
Yep. Gonna go ahead and save and re-up here at the hospital and inn that has been thankfully added to Lefane, making them a more hospitable group of hermit elf people.
Yeah, I think I like Budgemano's play of just take the grind on the zombie Ds.
Yeah, the big question in the end will be at what rate can Phoenix make up for this? He has 1 fewer party member to absorb experience, 1 fewer party member he'd have to down to get that experience focused, and he's going to get more experience on the grind bonus for all these extra checks he's made. Plus, if he finds the cube and the oxyale, or the key and the loot, he doesn't need the rod. So that entire quest chain for the TNT, Adamant, and Rod from Marsh could be completely cut out. And T-Rex.
Uh-oh.
That is a grind.
That is a grind. Oh, dude, you gotta move that black belt out of the front row.
Honestly, I don't... Oh, he reset. I was going to say he might try and take that just to see if he can get the experience, but the damage those casters would get is not enough. There he goes. Moves the white mage up to the top. Going to let that one be the absorption. It has the better armor, actually. The ironic white caster tank. It's like equipped and ready for Kraken 2, but we're not going to see a Kraken 2, are we?
Well, we're going to see something. We might see something in that place. You might see something that acts like a Kraken too.
Gonna focus on Temper. Oh, wow, good hits. That is a thin, all things considered, T-Rex. That blue steak is juicy.
Blue steak is super juicy.
And this is the thing. There's less party members. They're going to gain more experience. This could be a huge advantage. It's also a single creature encounter as well, so there's less actions that need to be taken just on the number of enemies.
For 314.
I am worried that he is downing his party members that fast, but that's 17 for his red mage and for his black belt. Once he hits 25, 30 range, that black belt should one-shot or two-shot that T-Rex easy enough.
22. It's about 22 or 23 is the break point there.
I will leave it to you, teacher. Sensei, there we go. Duckling Sensei.
Oh.
One advantage of the overall grind, he can save right between encounters, so that death does not cost him as much as it seems.
And you are actually saving every encounter.
Meanwhile, budgemano has hit level 20 with that last encounter, has all of his party members down except for the black belt. Still using the defense sword to try and get some evasion to make sure he can survive this. He does not have the safety of the saves that Phoenix has here.
Yeah. And Phoenix has the rest of his party downed.
4 hits, 338. That's 200 plus damage from the bites, though. This is a very...
Yeah. He hits pretty hard. He does need to get turn order still.
Hands Nizzle, I do believe the Phoenix didn't even think to use the fast on the red mage while he had it up. He was mostly using it for temper on the black mage. Ooh, the T-Rex has sleep touch. It also has death by punch. So
that's 16. That is 16,000, almost 17,000 XP a fight, though.
True. He could take a few deaths at the rate at which he can take these encounters and still gain.
Phoenix, I don't think you need to use that temper bonk.
Not when that is a stupid thin. That was 550 damage to kill the Tyro in one shot. Gonna use that house, just save the time heal potting. And this is full on... Oh, there he goes. He's going full on punch mode. Yep. There you go. One
just
hit
punch.
T-Rexes to the moon.
Yep,
He's keeping
26.
He's keeping the white mage up front, or the white wizard up front, because the T-Rex can be a bit of a scaredy cat, and having that lower character up top, lower hip or level character up top, will keep it from running away.
Yep, and both runners on the grind right now.
And right now, Phoenix has overtaken budgemano 28 to 27. Both of them are one-shotting or thereabouts their opponents. Phoenix getting much more out of it. 1679 versus 5,100.
Yeah. And we're going to see them both go to 42.
It is the answer to life, the world, and everything, as well as punch cannons, which is part of everything.
42, by the way, is the top break point for the black belt, unless it has plus hit %.
That lovely moment where you have high levels and you have 10 hits to go with it. Plus the absorb from having all those levels with the absurd absorb gain that this black belt has in the game. Like, it's just one of those code puns.
And the absurd MDef.
Part of the reason why the tail has been removed and why this is such a black belt focused seed that we are running for this event or flag set is the MDef of the black belt grows by 3 per level. It has the highest MDef you can get in the game. 4 per level? Yeesh. But that goes away with promotion.
The hit is 3 per level.
So, if you promote your black belt to a master, it actually loses that absurd gain in MDef.
It only gets 1 per level as a master. Yes, the black belt is superior to its promoted counterpart in every way. That is 37 for Phoenix. The other thing with Phoenix is Phoenix knows that he will never get any encounter other than the T-Rex. Budgemano does have the possibility of off-step encounters.
We did not see a lot of what was in Mirage, or in Ordeal, so there could be something interesting that happens when he only has one party member.
And to respond to Antnizzle in chat, that yes, the T-Rex, the blue stake grind is a fast grind.
It is the second highest experience per encounter in the game, only behind Warmech.
Yep.
At least for a solo entity, I believe the 4 gas D tile can be worth as much, if not more.
Yes, the 4 gas D tile is worth about that much, but that's a B-side tile. Also, the 3I tile is worth something similar, something similarly ridiculous.
Yes, Hodron Tracker in chat commenting that it broke the tile or the experience in the game. In vanilla.
Phoenix hits 42, and the grind is off.
He is in local position. He's going to check here in Cardia, get that incentive item. Otherwise, he's in close proximity for the store item that's going to have to be either in on-rack or at the actual caravan. Gets the key. He just needs the loot and 2 more items to get into dungeons. Since it's 3 any, he only needs the cube or Oxiale, or the cube Oxiale rod, however you want to get that. We know where the rod is. It's coming out of the marsh quest chain into dwarves, and I doubt he's going to marsh.
Yeah, he can fade marsh at this point. All Phoenix needs is a cube. That's a cube, and rod or Oxiale, but the Oxiale is probably going to be the Oxiale is either going to be the shop item, or it's going to come out of Waterfall.
Yep. So the on-rack continent will give access to sea. Gonna go ahead and pick up his party members. His Budgemano is likewise moving. He is off the grind and heading straight up to get out of Ordeal sooner or later. Gonna have his Ruby so he can finally get that chain and get his floater. Budgemano at this point a bit behind when it comes to the mobility. Because of course he's gonna have to go up to the Melman continent and get that floater.
And Phoenix heads straight to on-rack continent, which is definitely the correct play.
Yep, the loot and the Oxiale have to be here. Gonna check the shop item. If the shop item is the Oxiale, I have no doubt he is gonna save and dive immediately. He will not go into Waterfall until he needs to get the Is he going straight in? Nope, he's going to the worst possible inn in the game, because why not? It's not that it's horribly located, it's just like the people there are such assholes. Pardon my language.
Well, he doesn't have houses to redo the
Now, unfortunately, we do not have any incentives in the dungeons, so there is no incentive for our racers to carbonate their bubbles. And Scylla, this is not so much a jet seed as just a seed that's gone reasonably well for our runners. We've seen seeds in this flag set that have ended in under 45 minutes.
Yes, we have. Now, I've never been under an hour, but
I do like what Phoenix has done here. He's put the big man up front. There's not that high a chance of a morale break in sea or sky, but it's still the better option, not only because they might run away from his party to save him some actions, but he also has this higher absorbed character up front who is 50% likely to take hits. There is a statistic based on where your party members are in your party for how often they will be targeted. It's 50 for the first slot, 25 for the second slot, and then 12.5 for the third and fourth. Although we all know that Kraken 2 will always go for the White Caster no matter where it is.
Yes. Kraken 2 will always kill the Life Caster first.
We literally broken the code down and looked for it. It's not there, but we know it is. Budgemano in Titan's Tunnel, gonna go ahead and get the Trove once he turns that Ruby in. Meanwhile, Phoenix in the final rooms heading towards C to find out what fiend we have in place of Kraken. There is that crystal that will become the floater.
And that is going to be...
I am not familiar with that fiend.
Yeah.
And I don't need to be because it is dead.
Did you blink? You missed it.
That must be the Yamcha of the fiends.
I mean, it did hit fairly hard.
Well, in its place, it better.
Yeah. I would like to see Phoenix get at least a few houses.
Is on his way into C, gonna go ahead and get that loot and make him full on go mode. Meanwhile, Budgemano going into the inner C to get that crystal turn in will be able to go straight down to the river dock at the bottom and head straight to the Ryokan Desert to get his loader and get the airship up top or into the air.
Yep. And Phoenix about to find his go mode.
Pardon me, it was the herb from the crystal turn in, vanilla as that is, into the floater.
I would like to see Phoenix get a couple of houses just to have that little bit of extra safety. And to have that ability to full refill that 850 HP black belt.
I have no doubt he will at least stop in Canaria to refresh himself in the inn, but this is a show Topher as well, so there's basically no reason not to just get the heal up at Canaria, then short stay with a cabin or a house or something, or a cabin or tent.
That's valid. He is probably going to go pick up some heal pots.
Looks like he's going to use Gaia for his save.
Well, for his full heal save.
And proximity going into Mirage first. This will be a Sky as our first fiend for Phoenix, or second fiend for Phoenix.
And then he's gonna fly down to Volcano and clear Volcano. And that'll be all she wrote.
Budgemano getting a look at the caster. You're gonna go, nope, not worth it. Now,
I actually like the way Phoenix is doing this when he's fighting single mobs, where he's having the black belt punch and the other two run.
There's little to lose, and it gains good experience for an almost certain one-hit kill.
Yeah, because it guarantees that your fight is done in one round. Because there's not a trash mob in this place other than a Warmint that can stand a single punch from that black belt.
Metal Slime's normally not a bad tile to find if it's a tile you can grind, but this is a random encounter, so...
I was gonna say, that's a random, or not a tile, but...
Gets the good kill with the nukes. That's a lot of experience for the rest of his party members. As budgemano picks up the key. Puts him 2 items for Go mode. If he goes to the on-rack continent now, he will be in Go mode as well, but it looks like he is not going that way. So he's going to go to Canaria locked.
And it's going to be a cube for him. Now, if you have
that actually puts him in
4...
Go mode minus the loot, but that's going to be on the on-rack continent, which is the worst possible order for him.
Now we hit the Bridge of Destiny, with possible Warmack fight coming.
Yeah, with some hot airs.
Now, if you have all 4 dungeons available to you, which one do you take? Or which 3 do you take?
Well, we have a Warmack.
Aww, you ran away from the War Chicken.
Boo. And he's not even taking these delicious nachos. Oh, he took the delicious nachos, but he wouldn't take the Warmack? That's just weird. Personally,
well,
I would say
Warmack
avoid
is more
C.
likely to have... I mean, Warmack is more likely to have some nastiness.
True. I would most likely avoid Sea Shrine unless unless I'm already on the on-rack continent. Earth, if you have a fully geared up punch cannon, is usually reasonably quick to go to, even though it's a long dungeon to run down into. Almost everything you don't want to deal with is just going to run away from you.
You can see that.
Volcano, very fast. As you can see, budgemano just stays on the lava tiles and cannot get encounters on them. Sky, reasonably fast. So you saw Phoenix run all the way up it and get the kill. And C is also reasonably fast, but honestly, I think C is more dangerous than Sky most of the time. At least my
I can
experience.
see that just because of the encounters.
Sky doesn't have lobster pack, or Sky does not have seafood party pack.
The seafood party platter. Oh, oh god. 20 hits for 2,700 damage.
Shiva did not stand to that fight, so that is the first orb lit budgemano out of Volcano. Meanwhile, Phoenix diving Volcano himself, not at all behind his opponent, in fact very much in the lead at this point. budgemano going to go ahead and go straight to Earth, take care of the fiends he can, and leave the loot for later.
Well, he knows the loot is on Onrak Continent.
Phoenix doing the same as he has done. He went ahead and punch, run, ran, and got that free Agama kill.
Punch, run.
The casual 10 hits for 16,000 or 1,600 damage takes care of the red giant. This Shiva is probably shivering. Rightfully so.
And that was a pretty elite fight. 10 hits for 1337.
And now we go Phoenix going towards Canaria, going towards it looks like he's gonna stop and save here in Melman. Nope, he's gonna get some magic. Or double check his magic at least. Gonna get that fast.
Fast at level 5.
We have seen what budgemano did with fast in his fight against Shiva. Now Phoenix is more ready for it.
And Phoenix about to enter Topher at 57, about 51 minutes on the button.
Dodges the bats, beats the short Topher, gonna pop the loot, unlock the door, and go left. We got Shiva punch, wait. Doesn't really need to bother. 7 hits, an absorby / dodgy Shiva. 6 for 874. That is Shiva down. One of the 2 Fiend fights down that is needed. Gonna go ahead and use Cure 3 to fast step. Does not really need the life cast. Then go and find Skylia. I don't know how to pronounce that. Meanwhile, Earth is Beelzebub, who is just as speed bumpy as the normal speed bump in the face of the steamroller that is the punch cannon. Yet again, using those Cure 3 casts that he had, noticing very low cast counts because the lower levels of his casters, but there we go, we have Phoenix fighting our alternate final fight.
It's the Fun Dead pack.
Harm 4 not getting rid of any of the enemies, and that's Inferno that can take care of those weak casters. A nuke also not backing up, only getting one of them down before the red mage dies. Punch doing its job on one of the big eyes. Oh, that black belt is on its knee. Cure 4 gets out. No, it does not reset out. Phoenix going back in a second time as his opponent, Budgemano, taking the dive into C. Being able to buy that Oxyale, getting into the dungeon, just has to go to Waterfall to get the loot. Gonna fade Sky this way.
18 for 2,300 damage there.
Bye-bye White Mage. Hello Punch to the Moon.
I mean it's Kraken 2. What does Kraken 2 do? Kraken 2 kills your white caster.
Now Phoenix hoping that his nukes and harms will actually eliminate the enemy.
Yeah, back to this Fun Dead pack.
Only 9 hits for just over 1,000, not enough to do the kill, but that Harm 4 cleaning out the first of the Phantoms. And again, those Phantoms are not... Or I don't know what the Phantoms are not dying easily, that's what I'm saying. The Beelzebub's died.
No, it's, the Phantoms are what... Uh-oh. Yeah, Phoenix is gonna make another try at this.
Topher is the great equalizer, short or not. This is bringing Budgemano back into the play for sure. He is only one Fiend in a sea dive, or in a waterfall dive, waterfall dive away from Topher, and he is done with the sea dive.
And here comes that Fun Dead pack.
Going for the nuke, going for the Harm 4. Finally, one of the
Phantoms goes down. One of the wrong eyes goes down.
And a second one, still getting those nice bits of damage out with the cast. Gonna go ahead and punch down. Has 3 enemies down. This is the highest count of dead enemies he has seen so far. Down to the 2 eyes in back. Got the Cure 4 out. That black belt should stay up this time, as you say. And there it is. Yep. GG in chat for Phoenix29.
Phoenix29 with an official racetime.gg time of 55:38.
Unfortunately, he has a life, a child, and needs to put it to bed, so we will not be getting a interview with Phoenix tonight, but GG's to him and Eraser. He will be moving on into the lower brackets for another match. I do believe he will be facing Dusk Plume in his next match. Our lower brackets are stacked as much as anything else in this tournament, to be honest. Meanwhile, budgemano has gotten the loot, is in for the Topher dive himself. Honestly, all things considered, not that far behind.
No, really not.
That longer grind on the zombie Ds definitely did not work as well as the overworld grind with the blue stakes.
Yeah.
But yep, trade-offs. You take it where you got it, and he didn't really need to search anywhere after that. Gonna go ahead and use heal pots to get brought up.
And budgemano hitting that fun dead pack.
Do you want to cover it?
Sure. budgemano hitting that fun dead pack. There's oof, everything going down. He's got to try and solo this, and that isn't gonna work. Down he goes, and I believe there is our forfeit.
Indeedly do.
And
see if we can get budgemano in here, and here
there
we
is
go,
budgemano.
Alright,
GG to you.
Ooh, that was the first time I've run into a fun dead pack. That didn't go well.
Good run through this tournament though, Budge.
Thank you. It didn't end how I wanted it to, but I knew this coming in against Phoenix was going to be a really tough one, and I heard in the commentary he found a blue stake, which, yeah,
He found blue stake.
explains the difference there. I found the zombie D, and after my race with Not Young Me, I wasn't going to leave it, but that
I remember that one.
That was a dicey end to that grind. So,
yeah, I remember that race. I commentated that race,
I
I believe.
we're there. So I wasn't going to pass it by that time.
And that was the difference in that one, as I recall.
It was.
Yeah, seeing the earlier encounter off of the hard reset made me think, oh, we could find the overworld grind, and it was the lower right.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't think there's Northern Docks, and I think the floater chain came out of Ordeals, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Ruby got you the crystal into the herb into the floater, and yeah, the first place that Phoenix went out of the Inner Sea was actually to Ordeals. He faded Marsh.
Oh, okay. Hey, Marsh had the defense sword, which was useful, but yeah, TNT went to Adamant. I don't even remember.
That was the rod.
TNT Adamant rod.
All right. Well, GG's to Phoenix. Good luck to him for the rest of the tourney. I'll be watching. We're co-op partnered and on a fall league team, so I'm pulling for him now.
Good luck to Phoenix against
Dustbloom.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it doesn't get any easier from there either, so.
Nope. These tournaments are stacked.
This one especially feels like it. But, it's a fun one. I haven't played, true black belt seeds in a while, so it was a fun tourney.
I like black belt seeds, but I guess I'm weird in the community.
I think it just goes in phases. So it's fun to get the black belt front and center again after a little while.
So
some people believe you should nerf it. Some people believe you should embrace it. This is an embrace it seed.
So, final thoughts on the seed, budgemano?
I mean, all things considered, it went well. It felt like there was a lot of fetch quests sending you all over the place. Oftentimes it's which grind you find dictates the seed, and that's what happened here. And I'd be happy to never see Fun Dead again. So that's my thoughts.
And
Oh.
Fabian?
I'm only bitter because Phoenix didn't fight Warmack.
Yeah, I kind of dislike that he didn't fight Warmack as well.
He took the nacho afterwards. But yeah, this was an excellent race across the board. I mean, the grind difference and the earlier access to the floater still only amounted to a few minutes of actual race time.
And Phoenix did have some trouble with Fundad.
Yeah, I saw him wipe one there. I'm not sure I would have gotten through the second time, honestly. Maybe. But I forgot to say, I also wanted to, thanks everybody doing all the commentary and tracking and everything on these races. I know it's a ton of work, and thanks for everybody putting this on behind the scenes. Your work is appreciated. These are fun to watch.
Thank you. So I'll remind everyone, the FFR community is very welcoming, very open. You should join the Discord if you are enjoying these races. We have the Fall League coming up. We have Winter Double Anti-Bingo and the Spring Duckling Derby and Spring Tournament coming up as well. Thank you very much to the Speed Gaming team for putting these on. Thank you very much to both of our racers, budgemano and Phoenix29. Oderon track and for us tonight, and on behalf of all the team here and my partner in the booth, Fabian Hawk, I have been DM Stewart 1981. Good night, everybody.